Good evening, world of YouTube. I am Emperor Syrinx, and today is the beginning and debut of my newest Yugi tubing channel. This channel will be started for the sole purpose of me and a group of my friends displaying to you, the viewers, many deck profiles, many trade binders, many collections, from many point of views, and giving you, the viewer, all of our takes on the game. And this channel will continue for as long as people continue to watch it. For my debut and the channel's debut, I'm delivering to you guys a deck profile of my main. This deck is tournament legal to my knowledge. That should be fair. I'm going to start with the extra deck. We have one Pilgrim Reaper and one Crimson Knight Vampire Brahm. If you can imagine, this will end up being a vampire deck. So we will continue with 3 Vampire Dukes. It's a marquee card of the deck and will stay as long as I have the deck, of course. Next we have 3 Shadow Vampires. It's a quick special summon, very helpful, in my opinion. Next we have 3 Vampire Grace. Every turn, taking one of your cards, and it will never go away as long as I have life points. It's useful to me. Next we have 3 Vampire Lord. It's one of the originals, if not the original. So it's useful, in my opinion. Next we have 2 Vampire Curse. It's a beater, and it special summons itself, so it's useful to me. Next we have 2 Vampire Sorcerer. Makes me not have to sacrifice a thing for all of these level 5s, 6s, 7s, and maybe 8s. Next we have 2 Vampire Vamp. This card is useful in my opinion to the fact that I can take your monsters and pretty much take their attack. The next setup of monsters are all running at 1. So if you have any questions about why I run them at this number, by all means, I'm open to suggestions. We have 1 Pyramid Turtle, run at 1, 1 Mizuki, 1 Unizombie, 1 Vampire Baby, or Red Moon Baby if you have known this card for as long as I have. We have 1 Vampire Lady, 1 Vampire Hunter. These two, of course, go together, in my opinion. So, 1 Tristan and 1 Isidol, both from the Underworld. And lastly, is the boss monster of the deck, we have Vampire Genesis. People think it may be a bad idea to have it in the deck. I enjoy it. Next for the traps. All of them are ran at 1. So, continuing. Vampire Takeover, marquee trap of the deck. Very helpful getting out the field spell and a new monster. Trap Stun, useful. Cuts out my opponent's entire back row unless they have quick play spells. It happens. Dark Bribe, running an entire deck of dark monsters. Very useful. Scrap Iron Scarecrow, marquee card in everyone's deck for some reason. Magic Cylinder, you guys know why. Dimensional Prison, still know why. Tutton's Mask, I'm negating trap and spell effects on my zombies. It's useful. Vanity's Emptiness. This deck doesn't rely on special summoning, but it's there if I need it. So, Trap of the Imperial Tomb. Something to be used with something else I have. Next, for the spells. Running Book of Life at 3. Special summoning absolutely anything I have in the graveyard. 2 Vampire Kingdoms. If I'm milling a card from your deck, I'm destroying a card on your field. 2 Zombie Worlds. Useful with the Imperial Tomb. It happens. 1 Call of the Mummy. 1 card advance. What this card does, if people do not know it, is I look at the top 5 cards of my deck, set them back down on the top of my deck in any order, and then, as a secondary effect, I'm allowed to tribute summon another time in addition to my normal summon in the turn. So it's useful. Next we have Foolish Burial, getting something in the graveyard. I'd probably end up using it with Vampire Duke a lot more. Not on him, using it with him. Last is Mystical Space Typhoon. That's my vampire deck profile. Any suggestions, any comments, concerns? I will make another deck profile very shortly. Just hoping that this one gets some views. Thank you for your time. You have been a wonderful audience.